Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today we are having another mock speaking assessment. Since IMA's actual speaking assessment is this Saturday, there's already some more practice. This is speaking assessment G from, when is it? It is June 2024. Paper 3, Volume 1, speaking assessment G. Aima, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
So obviously, you need to be practicing a lot on your own, right? So let's get started with this now. In the actual assessment, I'm going to try and follow this as well as I can, starting with the timer. And so first of all, right, the examiner will state their name and your candidate number. Have you got any candidate number?
Yes, sir, I got it. I got it, the candidate number. I also received the center details and stuff, the venue and timings and stuff.
Okay. So, right, my name is Zishan Mujtaba, and we have Aima today for the mock speaking. Today is the 6th of April 2026. Right, welcome to the speaking assessment, Aima. First, we will start with a short warm-up where I will ask you some questions to find out more about you. This part is not assessed. After the warm-up, there are 3 assessed parts to the test: an interview, a short talk, and a discussion. So, Aima, can you tell me something about your best friend?
My best friend, I got a lot of things to tell about my best friend. I got many best friends. So there's one of my the dearest friend known as Alicia. We were friends since childhood. Actually, in kindergarten, I met her as a classmate, but we talked and we started hanging out. And then from kindergarten till the high school, she is still one of my dearest best friends, and I can't replace her with any of my other friends.
Okay. What kind of job would you like to do in the future?
I would really like to pursue my future in medical because I really like to learn medical. Actually, I would like to become MBBS student or like a medical student because I think I am most passionate about biology or learning about human body, how it works, how it functions. So I am really interested to learn that, as well as I would like to continue my job. Since we were talking about studies, this is what I want to study. But about the job, I really want to teach children, like O levels students or IGCSE students, because I'm also very passionate about teaching. I really like to break
Right.
complex
Thank you for your
structure of
response, Aima.
information.
Thank you for the response. Uh, we're moving on to the next part of the test. So the first assessed part of the test is an interview. I'm going to ask you some questions about clothes. Try to say as much as you can for each question. Before we start, do you have any questions?
No,
Okay. So Aima, what type of clothes do you like to wear and why?
I really like to wear, I think, suit, t-shirt, and like simple pants. It also depends on the occasion or like the party or like the event I'm about to attend. For example, if it's a wedding, there is like a special dress back in my country, back in my tradition, known as sharara. It's basically a long skirt full of designs, and that's like the legging part. And for your top, you can wear anything like blouse, small t-shirt. So that is like quite famous back in my country. I also really like to wear it when I'm attending any wedding or stuff. Whereas if there is like a party or like a formal party.
Yeah, thank you for your response. Now, can you tell me about a special occasion where you had to wear smart clothes and what happened?
Okay, so there was this occasion that was very, it started like it was my mother's clinic party. So my mother is basically a dentist, and she and her co-workers had a little party. They actually also got farmhouse to celebrate. I'm not sure what was it about, like why they were celebrating. I think it was like 1 year anniversary of the clinic, maybe like that. So the co-workers also brought their family, their kids, their husbands, their wives and stuff, and we had a blast. So in that party, it was actually a theme, uh, yeah, which was a stylish clothing, like suit, pant, like that type of. So we
All right.
didn't have that. So before the party,
Yeah. So, Ima, do you think young people buy too many clothes nowadays? Why or why not?
uh, I I don't certainly agree with this, because I think nowadays, especially young people, if you're talking about, especially like teenagers, I'm a teenager, so I may count as young people. I think many of like our Gen Z or like this young generation really like to bring one cloth, for example, hoodie or like a sweater, which they try to style in other outfits. For example, if me or my friend who are young people, they bought some type of sweater or hoodie, they would try to style it with other pair of leggings, other pair of jewelry. They try to style it. I'm not sure. I don't think so that they spend more money on clothes. They only buy one piece and then they try to style it.
Right. Thank you for that response, Ima. Now, the second assessed part of the test is a short talk. I will give you a card and you will have 1 minute to read it and think about what you want to say. You should talk about the points on the card. You can't make any written notes, but you can ask me if there's anything you do not understand. You may keep the card until the end of the short talk. Here is your card. Alright, so you can see that. And now you have 1 minute to come up with your points. Starting now. Right, so you now have up to 2 minutes to talk about the topic on the card. I will stop you after 2 minutes, but do not worry if you have not finished your talk. Would you like to start?
Yes.
You may begin.
Okay. So I think that I would like to use the same thing like my smartphone for many years, because I'm not sure if this will make any change to the environment. I think it may make change to the financial industry, or like the economic or economy of the uh, country or stuff. But it wouldn't really change anything environmentally. That's like my belief. So if I use the same smartphone for like many years, I think it will only, uh, it will only lower the prices or higher the prices of the same phone in the market. It wouldn't really change anything about the environment. So I would stick to that. Talking about traveling by plane, that can be a good option as well, because since we are traveling from plane from one country to another country, which is a whole distance, like sometimes 1 hour, even 1 day, 1 week. Like you can tell like how far each country is from each. So in that sense, plane is using a lot of gas and also releasing a lot of toxic gas into the environment, which is again very bad for the environment, and it won't do anything good. But if people will choose this option, they may face a lot of challenges. Like, for example, if a person wants to travel from Mecca or to Canada, let's just say. So, for that person, he or she can't take plane, as they have, thought to brought this change. So they will be changing each vehicle, like from a car, from a cab, from a taxi. So it may require a lot of challenges. So but however, it's a great option to be more environmental friendly. Talking about using smartphone or same thing for many years won't change anything about the
Thank you,
environment.
Iman.
It
Can
will
I
only
please
change.
have the card back? And now we'll be moving on to part
Yes.
three of the test. Now I'm going to ask you a few questions related to the topic you just talked about. This part of the test will last for approximately 3 minutes. Before we start, do you have any questions?
No.
So, Aima, do you think that pollution in big cities can be reduced? Why or why not?
It depends on the people. Like, for example, if there is a city with a lot of youngsters, a lot of young adults, then I think they can totally change their way of transport, which is sometimes vehicles, cars, motorcycles, and stuff, which release a lot of, toxic gases into the environment, and overall it pollutes the city. But however, if there are young people, they can't do that. They can also shift from motors or cars to cycling, which is also good for themselves and as well as the environment. So it really depends on what type of people you're talking about. Like most populated city has what type of people, or if there is like old people are more
All
in the
right.
city, then it may be hard
Right.
but not
Okay.
impossible.
Okay. Thank you. Now, should young people be involved in making all family decisions? What is your opinion?
Yes, this is actually a great question, and I think they should be. Okay, nowadays, especially our parents, they think that young people or their children are too small. They don't really consider their children in family planning, which is, I think, worst thing. Because if you want your child to take part or to talk to you more, to share your feelings with you, they should really you should really engage your child in such a small thing as such as family planning. It's really it's really sorry. It's really, sorry. It's really great for a parent to include their child in.
Uh, some people say that it is the responsibility of governments rather than individuals to protect the environment. What do you think?
I don't really agree with this because people, since government is basically helping people to live in a certain space or in a certain place, right? So they can provide, they can control the food chain over there, they can control the finance and stuff. And sorry, they can control the food and finance and stuff and all the other relations from other country, but they should not be the one to control other other relations such as hygiene or cleaning the city and stuff. Since people are living there, it's their responsibility. Since they are crossing the road every single day, it should be their responsibility to clean their space, clean the way they walk, or clean the way they transport, even on small cities or streets.
Okay. And finally, advertising should be banned because it encourages people to buy things they do not need. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree because advertising can be a great way in knowledge or like in helping people out. But many people think that advertising can be a bad idea, but I don't think so. It's a good idea actually. Many people can know that nowadays what's going in market. They can also cope up with the prices and stuff, how the market is selling which item in which price. It's also very useful. But if some people, if like individual think that it's bad, then they should probably stop buying the same thing more and over, because if they do that, it's basically wasting their money and they're not getting any useful thing.
Thank you for your responses. This is the end of the test and end of recording. Now, obviously, I will stop the recording. I have stopped the timer. How do you feel?
I feel embarrassed. Sorry.
Why? For that one
Because I
particular.
was laughing through my responses.
You were laughing through the last part. You were laughing through the discussion part. Now, right? One, like,
Actually, sir, my brother is in front of me and he's making weird faces. So
okay, so that explains it. I was going to say something else, right? Psychologically, One response
No,
to
no, no,
being
no,
no
no.
no no one response to being stressed is you laugh, right? That is sort of a psychological thing. So I just thought that you were getting stressed at the end, but it's your brother, uh, right, teasing you, and so right, that can't be helped really, I guess. So yeah. Now, other than that, how do you feel you did?
I think I did pretty well, honestly.
You did, your responses overall were better. You were focused, right? They can obviously be improved. I did not stop at any point during the test, right? It was a marathon as you would expect it to be. We actually have time to do
Yeah.
another, right? Uh, if you want. Uh, so just some quick feedback. Uh, you said right for I'm not like referring to the exact questions going back, but it was about your future job. No, no, it wasn't about the future. It was about uh, what would you like to do in the future of you. That was the question. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was from the warm up. Now I just like, even though it's not assessed, I noticed you said that you'd like to do your MBBS and go into medical and pursuing medical now. Right, pursuing medical is something that you would say in Urdu, not in English. Right, so you could you could pursue medicine as a field, not medical.
Maybe.
You could pursue medical studies, right? And then, right, you said you wanted to teach as your profession, as your job. Now, what you mentioned over there is, right, you wanted to pursue medicine but not leave your job. So that gives the impression that uh, you know you are pursuing medicine while being a teacher. The question was, what kind of job would you like? So I choose either one, not both.
Oh, it was what kind of job? I thought it was what you will be in the future,
No,
what you
no,
want to do in
it
future.
was what kind of
So that's
job.
why I
Yeah,
took both.
yeah. Now again, that was from the warm up, so we can, right, but still, because a question like this could come up in any one of those three parts. Now, as for the clothes, uh, for the special occasion thing, uh, right, you talked about getting a farmhouse. So, right, my mother got a farmhouse. That's, you could improve that and say that they booked a farmhouse
Yes.
or rented a farmhouse,
And
right? Uh, then
yes.
there was something about higher prices. Uh, I don't recall what you said that for. I noted this down. Obviously, we can go and listen and later, not now because the recording is in progress. So, uh, again, I forget what I noted that down for. Obviously, it was something I wanted to mention. Uh, then about the short talk. Right, so you start off by saying that you choose or you think that you know use the same smartphone for many years, and that gives the impression that that is your preference. But then, while talking about it, you say you don't think it will make a big difference. So you're contradicting yourself,
Yes, I noticed that.
right? So you contradicted yourself, and so obviously that reduces the quality of your response, right? Because you're going to lose marks for developing. You aren't developing, right? Say one thing and then you go like, well, no. And then you talked about the plane. I think it was a bit confusing. It was a bit jumbled up. The part where we talked about stopping traveling by plane. You did try, obviously. It was, again, I felt it was somewhat jumbled up. You used the phrase, it will require challenges, which is kind of odd because things don't require challenges, they have challenges, you face challenges. right? Something does not require a challenge. Then, right, the part where you may probably have seen me sort of, right, smiling or smirking is the question where should young people be involved in making all family decisions? And yes, you know what you said, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, and so that's not something that you'd want to do, right? So, yeah, right. Obviously, that has a very different connotation. Then, some people say that it is the government's responsibility rather than the individuals to protect the environment. And you mentioned something about controlling the food chain, right? What does the food chain have to
Did
do
I?
with protecting the environment?
Yeah.
And like,
Oh.
how is the government or the individual going to manage the food chain? Like directly manage the food chain?
I don't know.
Right? And then later on, you mentioned something about on you. The phrase you used was on small cities. On small cities.
Awesome.
It would be in small cities, right? Then for the last question, you said advertising is a great way of knowledge. And obviously, advertising
Giving knowledge.
is not about knowledge. No, it has nothing to do with knowledge at all, right? It's not
I mean,
knowledge.
like, it kind of gives the knowledge about the market price,
It doesn't give
like
knowledge, it gives
what
you information.
information. Yes.
There's a
That's
difference
right.
between
Good
knowledge
point.
and information,
Yes.
right? Even in your like all the syllabi that you are covering for your exams, that is basically information. We call it knowledge. It's not knowledge. It's information,
It's information. Yes. Oh.
right? So advertising
Okay.
is a great way of being informed as to what's available, right? Otherwise, we
Inside.
won't. We just won't know. And right, something about what's going on in market. So that's what you said. So one thing that I noticed overall is right. Uh, there's like a grammatical shortfall in your sentences, right? Sometimes you make
Alright.
incomplete sentences grammatically, and sometimes you use the wrong grammar, such as saying on small cities, in small cities, right? So there's sort of like an overall a grammatical shortfall, and then sometimes, right, the expression like what you want to say, and then when you go on to saying it, it doesn't happen all the time, but just for that particular part where I believe, I mean, I could be wrong, maybe I lost focus, but that plain part, right? So stop using plain. So that felt a bit jumbled, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's feedback for your speaking. Now, right, unfortunately, I did have to give you feedback. I just can't say all's good. I could, right, to boost
No,
your
it's okay.
confidence,
It's good. It's good
right,
for me.
to boost your confidence, like yeah,
No,
you're
no.
doing super well, right? You are going like your scores like from 1 to 5, and you're going to get a zero, right? So zero is above one, right?
Oh
So,
my god.
so you're unclassified. So, yeah, okay. Uh, we do have some time. What we could do is perhaps do some review, maybe do another speaking tomorrow.
Yes, yes, fine. It's fine for me.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
So,
now I'm closing my
yeah.
camera.
Go ahead. So, Afan has left. I do not know why, right? So, class. Okay. Just a sec. Let me put in a message on the group. let me share screen for this one. Can you see that?
Yes, we can.
Okay, the question is, a member of your family has recently moved to another country. Write an email to a friend about this. In your email, explain why your family member moved away. Describe how you feel about this. Say what plans you have made to see your family member again. Okay. By the way, Alvira, have you gotten a date for your speaking?
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Not
Alaikum
yet.
salam. Not yet. Well, keep checking your the email and the mobile number that you used to register for the exam. Keep checking
Okay,
that.
sir.
Yeah, keep checking that. It's April. It's like 1 week into April, so you probably should be getting it if very soon.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So here we are. Dear Sarah, how's things? Should be how are things? Or how's things? It's definitely been a while. I'm sorry, I've been little busy with my as large as mountain homework. Okay. Anyways, I have some juicy stuff to tell you in my family. You won't believe it. Earlier this week, Thai week on Monday. Thai week on Monday?
Sorry, this week's. Sorry, I meant this week, but
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I checked it, but it was too late. Oh, wait.
Is this the same thing you sent to me as the PDF?
Yes,
So it did upload. So
yes.
what was wrong with
So actually, the thing was that this is like the written work. I typed this one out, okay,
it? Yeah.
and once I uploaded, there was no option to upload the written work, like where I wrote the whole thing. So that's why I sent, since you told us in the previous class to type the same thing and also to write it for to increase your speed. So I did that.
Yeah, okay. So right now, the other thing I want to suggest is after I make corrections to this, rewrite it with the corrections.
Okay, okay.
Right? I don't know if I suggested that for any of your earlier work. If I didn't, I should have. If I did, then you should have. Uh, right, but after my suggestions, rewrite it and then compare it. Obviously, that's going to help you learn as well. So how? Okay. Earlier
All
this
right.
week, on Monday, I went to my sister's room. As I went there, I saw my younger sister repacking her bags. This left me puzzled. I asked her why. She replied with a smirk that mom finally granted her permission to have a sleepover with her friends on the weekend. This is impossible. My mom never allowed me in my high school days, but she did Ria. I was felt complex sort of excitement and envy. This is so unfair. Why, mom? Okay. I was thinking since she is returning after 2 days, why don't we throw a first to prepare party for her? What do you say? Okay. Uh, this is confusing.
Why, sir?
Well, for one thing, the question is that your family member is moving to another country.
Another country?
Yeah, it's you can see it on screen. It's written right there,
Oh my God.
right? And
Yeah.
right,
Sir, then can you please like return it so I can rewrite the whole thing?
you can submit it again because the other thing I want to say is first of all, right, in your typing, like there are obviously a lot of punctuation errors as you can see, even like Google's highlighting them, and your style of writing is as if you're just noting down your thoughts at random. I'm sorry, but I need to give you a fair feedback. So it seems like you're noting down your thoughts at random. It's like you're writing a diary, or even if this is how you communicate with a friend. Again, right? The it's an exam, so you need to have certain format and organization to go with it. It can't be just stuff that you write down that you would normally do with a friend, right? No, it has to be proper. It has to be structured. It has to have good vocabulary and pacing and all of that. So you can resubmit this, I believe. So I'm not returning to you because then you won't be able to resubmit it. I think maybe you would. I don't. I've never been a student of Google Classroom, so I'm going to leave that. Right, just redo the whole thing and right read the question carefully because
Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
yes, because obviously if something like this happens during the actual exam, there's no going back.
Yes.
All right, Alvira, taking a look at your submission. Hey Sana, how you been? Life's been a whirlwind recently. I have some crazy news. My older sister, Nourish, has finally moved abroad to Ireland. Why is there a hyphen over here? Is this supposed to be a hyphen or is this supposed to be a like full stop?
So it's supposed to be a full stop.
Okay. So she was offered an opportunity to study in a top university of Dublin. Honestly, it's a dream come true. We are on top of the world. So, to be fair, I'm feeling a bit like a fish out of water. I'm missing her terribly already. She was like a second mom to me. The house has been quiet without her. We used to game together and stay up late at night having snacks. Moms have been missing her a lot too. However, we are keeping in touch with WhatsApp voice notes, but they just don't hit the same. Dad promised me if I pumped my grades up, we would travel to see her next spring. I've already started counting down the days. Anyways, have I've got to dash now. Don't want to ramble on. Lots of love, Alvi. So if I can take that, copy it, um, so you've uploaded a docx file, right? Instead of typing it
Yes,
in. Okay, what do I do with this? Okay, can you guys see the doc file?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so obviously it hasn't copied properly. That is problematic. So how you been? Something to with the apostrophes. Has been avoided recently. I have some crazy news. My older sister in English was finally moved abroad to Ireland. She was offered an opportunity to study in the top university of Dublin. Honestly, it's a dream come true. I put a semicolon over here, and we're on top of the world. Okay, so on top of the world means a state of extreme happiness, right? So we're on top of the world for her. I guess I'll leave that as it is then. To be fair, I'm feeling a bit like a fish out of water. Okay, it's good.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam.
Sir, sorry I'm interrupting, but I wanted to ask that I want to go out. So can I like leave?
Yeah, so we'll review the article tomorrow. We've done the
Okay.
informal email.
And can we also do speaking tomorrow if you are okay with it?
Yeah, I
And
mean,
also the other students.
yeah, so we obviously need to ask the others tomorrow if they're okay with that. I have no issues, obviously.
Okay. Alright, sir. Allah
Okay.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Okay, she
Okay,
was,
sir, you go. You can carry up speaking until her exam.
yeah, so it'll just be tomorrow because her exam's on Saturday.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so continuing with your submission, I'm missing her terribly. She was like a second mom to me. Uh, the house has been quiet without her. Put a full stop here and we can, right, we used to game together and stay up late at night having snacks. Mom, so has been missing her a lot too. However, we are keeping in touch via WhatsApp, not with WhatsApp. And you want, like, you know, to, so it's WhatsApp voice notes, comma, but they just don't hit. So your idiomatic use is good, right? The idiomatic phrases that you use, the phrasal words that you use, they're good. They don't hit the same. Again, a dash is just a single dash with spaces, so not a double dash. Dad promised me if I pump my grades up, we would travel to see her next month. I already started counting down the days. Anyway, I've so I mean, we have used contractions, so that's fine. But you could just write I've got to dash now. Uh, you can put a dash over here as well. I've got to dash now, don't want to handle on. And a full stop. Lots of love, Alvira, right? And full stop. So minor corrections. So honestly, comma. So minor corrections overall, right? Otherwise, good. And it is 166 words, so only 6 words over, which really doesn't matter. As long as you're able to manage this within the time. All right, so we're done for the day. Afan, you can go to your next class. All right, and Alvira, you as well. I'll see you tomorrow, inshallah.
Okay, sir. Allah Hafiz.